to reveal JC, yeah.
Who am I? I'm Spider-Man.
TiVoMike!
That's me. Welcome to the TiVoMike Show. We're here to talk to you with our best friend, the show's entertainment guru, Mike, entertainment guru from Woonsocket, future mayor, Warner.
What up, Saints? Welcome back.
For another righteous recap. Let's just get started. We have so much in the store. Let's push that button. Let's go on. Boom, shaka-la, to the cat's meow. I don't know how I come up with these things.
It's so funny.
But it just stuck.
It just stays.
And it's not even a short. It's a long thing.
It's always like that.
Like
This works.
It's like, what in the world? What happened to this regular shaka-la?
We need a little more. I need that cat's meow. All right, guys. We are recapping in 30 minutes the 2-hour SVU premiere. Let me just tell you. Sexual-based offenses are considered especially heinous. Especially.
In New York City, the dedicated detectives who investigate these vicious felonies are members of an elite squad known as the Special Victims Unit. These are her stories. And then she left. She said, listen, I got shot. I'm done. Y'all good. I haven't wasted my life like you have lived, but power to you.
Right.
I got to bounce. I'm not trying to do this.
Right.
We're always here after the fact. Did you not read the job description? We help those it's victims.
Right.
Units, not the special almost victims units.
Right. I will tell you.
So I like that she left because she can't read.
Well, no. I was very upset knowing that she was leaving the show. I was more upset. Here's what upset me about the show. The room is not being read. So one of the things, and it happened season 12? Season 13 is when Maloney left, right?
Yeah. 13.
So when right before Maloney left, we went through a stage, and I don't know if you guys remember this out there in the world, but Dick Wolf, you got a lot of slack for being so white. Meaning you didn't cast anybody of color. I mean, the only one you had on SVU forever was Ice-T. I mean, yeah, the brother's brother, but...
Oh, even his partner was a color.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. When they first started, everyone loved the diversity in the show, but then as it built up to season 13, we lost Warner, the ME. We lost B.D. Wong.
He's there.
Well, she has. They brought her back piece like little by little.
Oh, I see.
But remember with the Yates episode, we had a whole different ME for that whole arc.
That's right. I know. Maybe she. Well, yeah.
So what it was is it's just like
you're
contractual
right.
things. It's not contractual things. That's scheduling. I'm sure because she does other acting
That's
things.
a good point too. Yeah.
But
They
got a lot of slack for whitewashing the New York Police Department detectives. So then you finally bring in a black chief who does a good job, and yes, he bucks the system a little, but it's never like a vigilante bucking of the system. Right. It's like still within parameters, within protocol, with how you're supposed to buck the system to make
trying to make sure the victims have an advocate.
And then you bring in a really good cop who turns out to be a great detective because her tenacity for wanting more for the victims.
But they had to make her where her character didn't know how to read.
Well,
and I'm like, come on.
They did. I was a little mad at the whole, I was more mad that they gave her that line because I'm sure that was the bone they gave to solidify the decision.
Remember when they dug that Maloney?
Right.
When the other guy left?
Right. See, and that's the thing. That's what Dick Wolf does.
Yeah, he digs
at
you.
My
you're
thing
digging
was,
at your star.
Like, you made them this character.
You're
you wrote this character
saying,
for them.
Liv, I know you can't leave because you're making $500,000 an episode.
Right.
So you got to stay. Like, you are the show.
Yeah, thank you.
But I got shot, and they're only paying me $50.
Well, first off, when she got shot, I was so pissed off. I was so mad when she got shot, but I saw it coming. Yeah. What I did like is we gave her a proper send-off, and it's not a forever send-off.
Right, she could always come back or work with another organization that in tandem works with Liv.
And it could always...
No one's ever gone on...
Right, and that's what I did love about it. What I didn't like about Garland leaving was I liked that when he first came, we got the riff between him and McGrath. And I thought, wow, that's weird. You guys started them off with a riff, and then we didn't hear nothing about it for a whole season and a half. And then we start...
And isn't McGrath Johnny Be Good? Is that the same guy?
I think he is. You know what's so funny?
From the Breakfast Club?
No, you're thinking of
Like, I think that's
Hold
not
on.
who that is.
I gotta pull him up
because it bugs me every time I look at him.
You're thinking of the nerdy one from the Breakfast Club, right?
Yeah.
He went on to do what was his? He had a show that he was pretty famous for.
He did that Johnny Be Good movie or something from the 80s when he was like left town or something, and he came back to the town, and they're like Johnny Be Good. I don't know. I keep thinking of that song with him.
Anthony Michael Hall.
Yeah,
Wait,
is that him? I think that's Anthony Michael Hall.
Wait a minute.
You know, he just put some, heft to him. But I keep looking
because
at him
now
like,
that you
isn't he
say that, and now that I'm looking at him,
because I'm like, this looks familiar.
Now I'm sorry, I'm enthralled now. Because now I'm like, wait a minute, not videos. I want to see. Because now I'm like, wait, was that him? Because it's funny because he's very familiar.
Yeah, I'm like, and it was one of those things when they put him on screen at first, it paused on him, and I was like, this is a significant where they pause on the people.
Yeah,
you're supposed to. And I'm like, I think that's the dude. Because it's like the freckle. I don't know. He just seems like, or maybe he just looks just like him. Like that guy who looked like Matt Damon in the Black Water episode or whatever. Black Mirror.
Yes. No, the actor's name is Terry Seprico.
Oh, so it's not Anthony Michael Hall.
No.
Okay.
But he's been in a lot of things. So he's played Chief McGrath for a little while. But he's also been in... So I'm going to read this off real quick, guys, for you guys. So he was in Closure Part 1 in 2000 as Ron Johnson, not even as Chief McGrath. He was in Rotten 2003 as Officer Les Cooper. He was in Quarry in 2005 as Deacon Bryn. In 2013, he played Lieutenant Commander Williams Tabor in Military Justice. Wolves in Sheep Clothing in 2021. The Empire Strikes Back 2021. Never Turn Your Back on Them 2021. And
this
one
is
more.
all SVU.
All SVU.
Wow.
But the last one, Wolves in Sheep Clothing Down, he was as Chief as Tommy McGrath. The ones before 2021, he was in it. He was in Regular Law and Order. He was in Law and Order Criminal Intent. So he's a Dick Wolf.
So he's a Law and Order staple.
Right.
But it's not okay. Well, that's good. Like, I kept thinking the whole time, like.
But you're funny because when you said it, and I looked at Anthony Michael Hall now, they actually resemble each other quite. It's like the doppelganger that Kristen Dunst married because she couldn't have Matt Damon. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Comment below.
What I will say is, I was happy to know, one, Liv, you're messing up.
What did Liv do?
Because she's never withheld information from her squad.
Right.
No matter who said it.
Right.
In the past. So the fact that you let your squad go in, there's other dudes undercover. They don't know about it. You didn't even tell Chief Garland.
Ooh, no.
So I was a little mad about that. And I know it's a script. I don't care. You can't change her behaviors as captain to making these reckless decisions that she's never would have made before in the past.
It's just not in her DNA.
Right. And even worse, you didn't tell the chief that you already know they're gunning for.
Right.
This is the only chief you've had besides Cragen who comes to your back, and Cragen was your captain, not your chief.
Right.
This guy has your back since he came on the scene. Even when he didn't agree,
he at least was there.
He had your back, and then you and him had your sidebar. And you left him out to dry. And you know what? I'm happy you left him out to dry. Only this one time. You know why? Because then Chief McGrath goes, "Oh, Liv didn't tell you we had an undercover in there? Yeah, that's what you get for not telling him, Liv."
Oh, that's right.
That's what you get for not telling him. Because guess what? McGrath used it to play his own card. Nice. Good job. You gave him the card.
That's what I'm saying. This subverting expectations. So if you have to write it consistent with the characters of these people.
Right.
I, for one, though, am happy he's leaving. And now, I'm
happy that he's moving on.
Because I'm old school.
Right.
I'm an introvert. I don't want new people.
Right.
I want all old people back. Bring back the guy from Alf.
Munch.
And
Cragen.
Bring back Mouch or whatever. Bring them all back.
Right.
New people need to all die or leave. Whatever. So I'll let Amanda stay because she's been on long enough. It's been a while. Whatever. Fine. You can stay around. And she's kind of more conservative. So it's kind of cool. Like she, gives it a little equality of glory. The lawyer dude. So it's like fine, but this, I don't know what it was with him. He didn't have.
The problem we have with Garland is he should have come in as a captain and not a chief. We've never really had chief involvement like we did with Garland.
That would have helped
because there was always a captain before the detectives.
But because she's.
Well, that's the thing.
He's not. He's too
not
stoic.
Right.
That's not a character on SVU. You need people need to be animated.
But I think because he came in at a top level,
Right.
so it's like when you bring somebody in,
Yeah.
who already is a stoic
Thank you.
presence,
Right. You're already.
you got to bring them into the muddy waters because that's what's going to change that ability. That's how you really see why they're stoic or how the stoic plays to their strength and what
Right.
they're navigating. But because SVU can't remember the algorithm is 4 detectives, a captain, the ADA, and everyone plays their role. Not Liv is the captain, Liv is in the field. Oh, and she might give Carisi some pointers on how to talk to the defendant.
Right.
Like,
she's in everything.
like I get it, but you're messing it up because now we had to introduce a whole character, a whole role, a chief who had a whole season of being part of it and being drawn in and I love Dick Wolf's candidness about being a jerk because in the script he said McGrath said, oh, with this last year everything got a little politicized.
Right.
So it's funny to me that you use those words.
Right.
Here's why. Because now you got rid of the Hispanic LGBT member and you got rid of the black guy after all the politicization.
Oh,
because of her character.
That's right. Hispanic,
but you got rid of that whole
I keep thinking she was white. You're right. She was Hispanic.
politicized movements, like those pieces that they were calling for, but now you're getting rid of them the first episode of the new season.
Because we are done with that.
So it made me laugh that he said those words.
Thank you. Like,
and then you
read the room, Dick Wolf.
yeah, thank you. In their saving grace,
Now he's not getting the water.
right? Well, in their saving grace, Detective Joe Velasco. Again, I'm not going to call you out racist, but you went.
I'm trying to.
That's down the cover. You took out the Hispanic woman and brought in a Hispanic male. So hilarious. I got you. Okay, Velasco. I see that, but it made me laugh.
Right.
You know why it made me
Either
laugh? Because everyone who commented on Twitter said the same thing I was thinking. This dude has never played on SVU before. How is he going to be a detective? Rollins had an episode where she was a victim. Carisi was the creepy janitor guy that they accused or thought he might have been, but he actually wasn't. And then he became. So how
That's
you?
because I think this guy might be a Broadway. There was something.
Well, that was last
the article they wrote that
that
he
was,
might be. What?
I don't know about him, but they did that before the season closed last year,
okay.
where they had a lot of the victims and 2 of the villains.
Yeah, so
were
he
Broadway
might be a Broadway
actors.
actor because they don't have stage
Nope,
right now.
they didn't
'cause
open
of
up right now. Yeah,
the unspecified origin of the virus. But here's what's funny. But that is correct. All the things that happen. That's why I think it's so important for them to remember the algorithm of just know what makes the show good. The show being good is Liv. What was his name? Elliot Stabler, right? It was Elliot and Stabler. They were the show. Everyone else was side characters.
Right, but
loved side characters. I'm not, but they were side characters, right? It was really them going against the system for people. So she was more, the person is sad, and let me comb their hair after the case, make them feel better. And he was like, let's burn the sucker down because he should have done that wrong. Oh, he was innocent. Oh, my bad. Like, you had those two big pieces,
and I think that's
now
what
you don't have that. So regardless of everything else of chiefs and people and politics and who's what color or representation, I don't care. That stuff makes me get a headache. Like, I genuinely don't watch who's the and go until it's brought up. I go, oh my god.
Well, I just laughed because he said, "Oh, Joe Velasco." I'm like, I couldn't just leave it. Like, why we had to have his whole name in the beginning? Like,
I said, why are you taking off your belt?
Yeah.
I'm like, this is Special Victims Unit. Like,
you're not supposed to be the perpetrator. You're supposed to be the cop.
Yeah, this is not the time. Time and place. At LOC, we say tap. Time and place, people. Time and place. So
I'm not gonna lie.
That
I was like, dude.
It took me out of the moment. I was like, what you doing? She's a victim. That's what you need in the show again, regardless of how they bring it. And you're right. They got to give Liv. Here's where knowing how the sausage is made is annoying with this show, because I can't watch any scene with Liv without hearing that cash register. Every time I see her, I see $500,000, and I go, "This is on NBC, right? This is not on Netflix. This is not on Apple, where they have trillions, right? NBC's hurting, so it's like they're not paying you $500,000, and your character is really the captain. because the captain in this series has never been in every scene,
right?
But you
that's,
make too much,
and
so you
gotta
gotta be in every scene.
And you know what? I understand that dynamic, but my thing is if they want the show,
that's their problem. That should be our problem.
If they want the show to go past 25, because they're only up to 25, only up to 24 that they've agreed with NBC, 23 and 24 with
see how he knows all this stuff.
If you wanted to go past that, we have to let Liv. You know why I was mad about Kat leaving? Because I thought Kat was going to be the Liv. Right? Remember how when Liv came on the scene?
But Liv was never Kat.
No, correct. But I thought
Kat could have been Stabler.
Well, no,
she was never.
But the reason why I thought, even though she would have been Stabler-esque for her, but my thing is Liv guiding her.
A lot of Stabler like women. She likes women, so she's
that
more
can work
stable.
out, right?
Yeah.
My thing is Liv guiding her could have been, because she could have been like one of the forefronts, and then you find another good counterpart, and boom, now because the thing, like you said, we had two major detectives.
Yes, that's what we need on the show.
And then we had the sub detectives, and then we had Captain Cragen.
Right.
So we have Captain Benson. We have Sergeant Tutuola. We need 3 detectives. Oh, wait, we have Rollins. So now we just need 2 detectives and maybe one rando who comes in every couple of seasons, every couple episodes.
Yeah,
just to fill in some gaps because they need help. Right? But we need Liv in the office. And I know she makes $500 million. So, yes, when she's in the office, everybody's in her office. This way she's still in every scene like you want her to be. Right?
Yeah,
but she should not be out in the field getting run off the road by anybody again. And she's the captain.
And she hurt her ankle, but they didn't ask if she was sleeping in the car.
Right.
So I just thought that was really interesting.
I hate you so much. First off, the ankle was written in because of what she did this summer. I don't know if you watched Melissa McCarthy at all, but something happened.
Right.
Mariska hurt herself in the summer life.
Oh, real life. And
whatever happened,
that makes sense.
Her and Melissa McCarthy, I guess, were texting, and Mariska stopped responding. So then Melissa didn't want to seem like she was being insensitive that she got hurt, so she stood outside of a gas station with a sign that said "Honk if you care, honk if you care for Mariska, or honk if you want Mariska to get better."
No way.
And she was holding this sign up, getting everybody to honk their horns, and she was on the Tonight Show because of it. So that actually was an injury that they wrote in.
Wow,
because she still wasn't healed yet, and they were trying to get started. She actually came in. They were talking about it. Mariska was talking about how she was coming in for like the sit-down scenes,
right?
Because she couldn't walk on it.
See, that's a good point. So here, that's such. This is so perfect. This is so perfect. I love this now. So this is. She's paid too much. Okay, I mean, she's paid too much. She earned it.
She earned her pay, but this
is so hilarious. So here she is, $500,000 a week.
And she probably gets it whether she's on set or not. She probably has that in her clause. So she's like, they're like, well, we wrote that in there.
No, she's also an executive, producer. So here you are, perfect time to be like, guys, I'm good for a while, And you did play it up in the trailer. This accident was more than it was.
Right.
Like she was almost dead.
Right, because the trailer definitely made it seem. I'm like, oh my goodness.
And it was like 2 seconds. She was fine. Like, okay. So you did all this hubbub where you could have been like, it is bad. And she's off in the getting fixed land.
Right.
For 3 episodes because she's off getting fixed in real life. And had this opportunity to have the detectives start putting down roots
let Finn take over a little bit.
Thank you. And Finn, and here's what's so
and he can do
good
it.
About it. Here's what's so good about Finn. If you don't do it quickly, what's going to happen is the show becomes too meta.
Right.
Where
especially
we're too aware that, like, we hear this term called plot armor. Nothing can happen to you.
Right.
So she's leaving. So, of course, when she gets shot, the vest caught it, but the other side, it went up under. Because somehow bullets with trajectory go up under stuff. So I'm sure because she wasn't wearing it tight enough or whatever, that it went up under. Whatever. Because she has no plot armor, she's leaving. Finn's fine no matter where he's at.
Right. Yeah.
But we know he's ain't rocking the boat behind the scenes, so he's fine. And it just becomes Finn. It's almost a meme. So you have to put the fans we love. We are allowed, writers. We, not y'all. We're allowed to say, "Oh, Finn would just be like." In this scene,
right?
He'd be that. That's what we know Finn for 20 years,
right?
The Finn that you write can't do that. That's our fun thing.
Right. That's our thing. Right.
And that worked because you had Stabler always so bullheaded and was going to kill whoever it was, and then right after he killed them, found out, oh, they were innocent? Oh, my bad. Yeah, calm down. Then he had Liv always having to kind of watch out for him and be really victim-minded, and they're fine. Believe all women before it was popular, before there was a hashtag.
Right.
Right? So, go Liv. That was the dynamic. He cared just as much as Liv, but he really wanted revenge, and he wanted to put something to do with that anger. Where her character had all this empathy and resentment built up toward the perpetrator, but channeled it to be a blessing directly to the victim.
Right.
He wanted to be a blessing by killing the perpetrator. You just need that again.
And
you didn't do it. Instead, you had the mama. What's her name? The mom on the show?
Rollins.
And before he...
Carisi.
Before he became a lawyer. You had them on, and that was supposed to be like, oh, well, that's good. Woman, guy, detective thing, that's their thing, and he's going to be.
And he had some Stabler's moments,
kind of, yeah.
Not as much as Amaro,
enough,
but
you needed that, and then Amaro was perfect for that. And then I don't know why. I still don't know why they got him to go, but they wrote themselves in a corner. Maybe I don't know, but you needed the dynamic from whoever it's going to be from, and then let the other characters be there,
right?
And then the only thing they have to work out is the Liv. Now a problem because they don't make enough money,
right?
Where it's a problem. But I like your idea. Bring everybody in the office all the time, or because Cragen would say, "Yo, in my office,"
right? And everybody come in there
because to Stable's always in trouble.
Yeah, it's always Stable. Yeah,
what I do now is we answer the phone wrong,
right?
But just bring them in, and you would have her butt heads, or not butt heads, but always have to pull in whoever the new Stable.
And that's why. And I thought that's why Kat was good because when Kat first came out, she was fresh. She was hot. Remember? Oh, Finn. Oh, take my lead. Yeah. So we saw you with her. Don't lie. You can't say we got you. I'm like, damn. She didn't even, but I loved it because we didn't have. There was no one doing that, and it was
but you
working.
Can't do that with. See, here was a problem there, and they could have fixed that problem because they have a problem with Finn. So you don't match her with Finn.
Right.
Finn has always been Finn. Finn's like, I'm chill. I crack the joke. I ease attention. I do the research, heavy guns. I say what the audience is thinking. I'm the audience substitution, right? And you put him with a socially awkward person,
right? Because even him and Rollins worked well together. Because Rollins she's not socially awkward, but she's not socially aware. So it always worked out because he could always kind of like remember when she was dealing with the gambling addiction and stuff.
Yeah.
He had her back. He still gave her like the.
But see, here's where they broke this wall. That was them. We don't need them anymore. Remember,
true.
Here's the show.
That's true.
And the show broke boundaries because unlike all the other,
it was about the
they
cases.
Made it about those two detectives.
Right.
We love, no matter what anyone says, we love Stabler and we love Liv. The victims, we don't care about the victims. We don't care about these perpetrators. We don't care about who's in the lawyer's office.
Right.
We want to know what's going on with Stabler, what's going on with Liv. And that became, like, they were like, wow, this is a unique Law and Order. We actually care about these characters, where it's not just a
case. It wasn't just
what's what people
the
leave?
ensemble? Revolving door.
Yeah, it's not a revolving door like all the you could just, one detective's down, put a new one in.
Right.
Because it's like, it's always about the case. SVU was never about the case. It was about Stabler and Liv.
About
and
these
how
particular
they
detectives
to
it. Right.
They get a backstory. Not everybody else. We don't know what's going on with. It took us 20 years to figure out. 10 years he had a son. Then another 10 years before the son was gay or whatever it is to check a box, whatever. But we knew Stabler had his wife, had the kids. We knew Liv had the abuse. She was a product of a rape, and we want to know how these two people interact with cases.
And that's what I thought when they started giving us Rollins' backstory. Right. I thought they were setting Rollins up
to do that,
to be the Benson. And then we just needed to find, because Amaro left.
But Rollins would have been. See, that's the problem. They never got another Benson. See, everyone coming in
was like
Stabler-ish, and not enough-ish of Stabler power. Rollins needs to be the sub-team, as much as I love her. Because there's no bad team.
Yeah, right. She exactly. She's the B team, right. Yeah. My thing is, so that's the thing.
She'd be good with, what was the guy? What were we just saying, the belt?
Oh, Velasco.
So have Velasco and Rollins.
I think that's what we're going to get.
Yes, and have Finn be the guy who left, the old guy.
Cragen.
No.
Oh, Munch. But then we
Where
still need another detective.
Munch was not always pulled to people.
Right, but
sometimes he would stay in the office
right.
and just do files.
But we still need another detective though, because
we need 2 more detectives.
Right. Oh, yes, because
so you have you have Finn to the side to be the Finness.
Right, and
Hold on,
Munchness.
this is really good. I'm on a roll here.
I like what you're saying because this makes sense to like what I'm saying for the.
That's we need some. So you have Rollins with the new guy Velasco. I never gonna
just call him Joe as Detective Joe.
Oh, Detective Joe.
Easier.
I like that.
Yeah.
Joe and them or her. Boom. Right, because they're their own people.
Right.
And we have her backstory, so we care about her and all.
We know her, right?
And then you got Finn off to the side, just to be that cool thing. He could be on because he helps the teams,
right?
When they're in the thing, he's always the third team person to them. Then you got Liv to be Kragan, and
Captain.
You got to figure that out. I don't know what they're going to do with that.
Captain,
and then you have 2 new people, and the 2 new people need to be Benson and Stabler. Period. And if you want to flip the colors or people or skin colors or what they vaginas or penises or however you do it, but you need a Stabler and you need a Benson. You need someone who's a hothead, who's great at their job,
right?
And their
not
downfall is that they're a hothead,
right?
Then you need someone who's great at their job, who is super expressive and emotive to the victim,
right? And that's what we're missing. We're not
we
getting
don't have that.
We get it. We get snippets, but it's not enough. Like if you want the show, like I said, you only signed up for 24.
Right.
If 24 is the end game, then we good.
Right.
But if you're trying to go beyond 24, we got to get back to the original algorithm in the room.
Yes.
4 detectives, a captain, and the older guy who's not ready to retire because he's still got a lot to offer. But
he has all the wisdom
in the field, right? And we need to get back into that. We need to get back into that mindset. And if you don't want to make the characters that we make the pivotal, like we had Benson and Stabler personalities,
right?
If you don't want those exact, we still got to have 2 definitive personalities that become the staple now and how we handle and what we talk to with the victims and the perpetrators.
You need it.
We need
you
that.
You need Stabler. And here's the reason. And this is really unpopular.
And no more Barbers, because Barber was my least favorite AD. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah, he was bad. So you can't have a rape show where no one's pissed at the rapist.
Right. And that was the other reason I loved Kat.
No one's mad at the rapist. Good at it. And Kat was mad at the rapist. And
rightfully so.
Right, and rightfully, as you should be, because they're rapists.
Right.
You should be mad
she
at
had
them.
She had no breaks when it came to dealing with them. And that's what
and
made her good.
You tied her to Munch.
Right.
And that's not a dynamic. She needed to be paired with Benson.
Right.
But Benson's too busy being in the captain's office. Because, it's been 10 years and not everybody wants to get a promotion. Some people, want to stay on the sales floor. They make more money in sales. They want to become a director of such a. I don't want to deal with the politics of office and keep me here. Just pay me more. And, that could have been her response. Hey, you've been here long. We need to be a captain. There's a revolving door of captains. You want to be the next captain? No. Well, why not? Aren't you been here for 20 years in the city and get your due? No, I'm here for the victim. You could do more. I said you could do more in a higher. No, I can't. No, I got to do with you. Job. Right. I got to go to offices and meetings and public. What's the thing that the guy was invited to? He found out on TV from his dumb assistant. Maybe it was lost in an email. Really?
Press conference.
Yeah, you got to do all the dumb stuff. Stabler don't go to press conferences. You don't go to there. Liv don't press conference. Liv don't care about that stuff. Her character
would always go to the side.
Respond to the TV and go, they're already talking about the case.
Right.
How are they doing that? We got to figure this out right now. We got these 5 pictures of these men up here. And then Munch goes, that's why the philosophy doesn't work with the. And then, oh my God, it's real. So that's why Kat. So she should have kept Kat.
Right. She put her with Benson.
And don't tell us who she's sleeping with. That didn't matter. And then get because that messed it up. But they did it before they left. It didn't matter.
Well, they did. You know what? I'll give them credit is they cleaned it up. Where they you know what they did? Unfortunately, they gave the bone. Love has everything to do with
everything to do with it. You can't do that. Oh. So it was a good 2 hours, everyone. A good return.
Amazing 2 hours.
We loved it. Everything about it was phenomenal. You can't.
Welcome back, guys.
You can't not love the show. Even the things we want to make it better, we'll just bring it back. It's still
a good show.
With they're messing up.
It's still good.
It's still good.
Right.
We thank you, Liv, but Liv, think about it. And Rosie, come on.
Be
and
the
Ellen,
chief.
Get Mike on board.
Yeah.
I think if you just, on one of your episodes after you end the show, like you said, go do a horror thing.
Just something, not even crazy. Like,
Or
do
drama.
suspense. What did the number 23? Jim Carrey did that movie called The Number 23. Loved it. Do like a 1 hour photo or equivalent to 1 hour photo with you as the star.
That was really good.
It's not horror.
Nope.
But
and
it's
it was just
thriller.
And it
enough.
was more right. It was very good. It was very good satire. I love that movie.
That's like one of my favorite Robin Williams movies.
He was so good in that. Oh, so good. Anyway,
Made you hate and love him. It's
at the
crazy.
same freaking
So crazy.
time. I love it. And then I think you're like, these are just empty photos.
Right.
And he goes, yeah, because his character said in the beginning, you only take good pictures that you remember good times. I was like, and that wasn't a good time.
Nope.
He was just trying to save their family. Anywho, and the words of Mrs. Doubtfire from Robin Williams. Bye-bye.
The TiVoMike Show is produced by Michael Jefferson. Our soundboard operator is Mike Warner, and our theme music is by Eric Dano. A special thanks to all our family and friends who make it so we can be here, and to our great listeners. That's it for the TiVoMike Show. I'm Mike Warner. See you next week when we guide the lost TV viewing saints through the myriad of banal TV shows amongst the low-hanging fruit to find the next great addictive series.